Konnichiwa. My name is Nate Jackson, and this is the Criterion Collection Review place where I do Criterion Collection reviews. And once again, Kurosawa's in the house. Oh boy. Number 116, The Hidden Fortress. The man is back, and just like before, we got another ballparker. I mean, I don't think I've found a more awesome director than this guy. I mean, he and Jacques Tati are probably my top two. If I pick a third one, I'd probably pick Terry Gilliam. Yeah, it's just for Brazil. But then again, I'm probably gonna like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, which is probably coming up in a few months. And yes, but anyway, Hidden Fortress. 58, 139 minutes, black and white, Japanese, English. And once again, the actor man, Toshiro Mifune, is back yet again. I was like, I got this one, and I was looking, and I see his name. I'm like, well, it's gonna be another winner, another total winner, and sure enough, it is. So let's talk. So basically, it's told from the story mostly from the viewpoint of these two, like, peasants. What are their names? Tahe and Matashishi, who are like tried to get in with this Yamaha, I think. Maybe it is the Yamaha. I don't remember. Some clan, and they got kicked out or something, or they were disgraced or all that. So they're basically gold diggers, and they do dig for gold. They find a piece of gold with a insignia of this kingdom, and they find, and shortly afterwards they run into a warrior, a soldier, played by Toshiro Mifune. What's his name? Rokurata Makabe, I think is his name. And sure enough, he makes one of those epic entrances where he just comes in and just doesn't say anything. He sits down, and they don't notice him, and they say hello to him, and I'm like, he's gonna turn around. He's gonna do that epic turnaround, and sure enough, he's gonna do that epic turnaround thing, and sure enough. I was like, oh god, yes, he's back. He's back, and couldn't wait much longer for him. So anyway, the main plot is about Makabe protecting this Princess Yuki, who the peasants run into as well, but they don't know it's her. They just think that, he's like, they think that she's with him and he's with her and vice versa. And so they don't tell her. And so she doesn't tell them, he doesn't tell the peasants her true identity, and so she has to remain a mute toward them. So that, until they get to, like, where their kingdom is, until they get back to this place where their kingdom is. And so, yeah, it's basically just their adventures. They tag along, they dig for gold and all that, and they find gold hidden in these sticks, and so they are able to, like, harvest them and all that, and take them with them, and they go to this village, and they pick up this farmer's daughter who was, like, auctioned off in a slave trade thing. So she comes along and supports them and all that. Meanwhile, Makabe is pursued by the samurai soldiers and his old rival of his, who he battles in this epic duel, and wins at that. And in the end, the princess is returned. All the gold had to be used to pay for the kingdom, but they get one Rio out of it, which I don't know how much of that is in our money. I should have looked it up, especially with inflation. That was 58. That's what 55 years later. But anyway, so it's a very funny film. It's got a lot of good humor, especially between the two peasants. And like I'm trying to think of another movie that you can easily compare it to, outside of the one that we all know that it was obviously turned into, sort of. But anyway, it's just kind of like, it's very action packed. It's very action comedy. It reminds me a lot of the stuff that coming out of the '90s, but not so much like, with the bumbling idiot kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, Kurosawa, like, once again, this was, I think, his first film in widescreen. I think it was, yeah, his first. I think it was one of his first films, definitely one of his first films in widescreen. And so it's a really like great scale. A lot of them, of course, just like a lot of Kurosawa's films, there was just memorable scene after memorable scene. I think probably one of the best scenes is, of course, with the scene where the peasants and Maccabi and the princess are walking, and they attack the cart full of these soldiers attack the cart full of the gold, and Maccabi goes after them and goes after the two soldiers who are going off to report them, and he's on the horse with holding his sword up, not holding the horse, just riding and screaming and just like staying perfectly still, and it's just like, you think it's like one of those things where like they're traveling on a string or something, and you keep seeing the shot being repeated, and it's really, really cool. And of course, like I mentioned before, the duel scene is very epic. It's very, very intense. I mean, apart from the screens, there's no dialogue. It's very much just like Rififi, with the long silent film, the long silent scene of just them, just going through, and you're like sitting on the edge of your seat. What's gonna happen next and all that. So yeah, once again, it's not much I can say about this one. It's just another great Kurosawa film. It's just slowly cementing my love for this guy. I give it an A. Hidden Fortress is an A. I think it's probably one I'll probably get. Which is weird because I got Sanjuro, which I think probably, I don't know. I think High and Low is still my favorite. High and Low is still my favorite, with Sanjuro probably second. This is probably third, I think, of all the ones we've seen. And then Seven Samurai, and then Yojimbo, and I think I'm forgetting one, but oh well. But yeah, this might be in the top three. I think I like this one a little bit more than Seven Samurai, maybe probably for the humor, and because it was like a third of the length of this film of Seven Samurai. So yeah, there you go. That's about it. A, great one. Supplements, as before, the awesome Toho Masterworks series, Akira Kurosawa, It Is Wonderful Create, 41-minute documentary about the movie. And just like before, I think these are just as entertaining as Kurosawa's films. You get a lot of great anecdotes about the making of the film from actors and people who worked on the film who were still alive at the time, back in 2003. And yeah, it's just some great stuff you learn about. Like, a lot of them, yeah, like I said, a lot of them are very anecdotal. They're very like humorous. But at the same time, that's the thing. The fact that these people are willing to tell their stories, and remember them all after so long, it's a trip, and I welcome any kind of info like that. So, once again, like I said, that It Is Wonderful to Create series is great, and it's just another thing to look forward to when you get a Kurosawa film from Criterion, because they've been putting them on, and I hope I don't know if Toho made one for every movie he did, but they probably did. I'm sure they'll have one for Aikiru and the other ones that are in the Criterion collection that I can't remember. Kajishuma, I think, is one. I'm sure they made one for that. So yeah, and then the other big supplement is a 8-minute documentary with 8-minute interview with George Lucas, who, like I said before, So anyway, and of course the trailer and blah blah blah. So anyway, that's it. The Hidden Fortress, get it. I probably will, and yeah. So next, I'm in a quandrum. I'm in a conundrum right now, as I am going to be pretty busy, like I said, the next week or so. And I still have right now. I still have 2 more to do: Diary of a Chambermaid, Sullivan's Travels, and then With Nail and I. Actually, I just got With Nail and I from the library. And then How to Get in Advertising, like I said, is on its way. So there's With Nail and I. And so, yeah, and then after that I got Billy Liar. I got Put a Hold on That, so that should be coming soon. But yeah, like I said, I'm not sure when. I want to get this one done sometime this week. I probably will find time maybe later in the week. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I may do it. I may try to do this one tonight and then post the review tomorrow. And that may be a solution to doing more of these things, because I have a lot of time at night. But you know, the lighting in this room at night just sucks. But I'm looking into different possibilities as to how to make the camera look good and all that stuff. Anyway, but yeah, next is Diary of a Chambermaid, and we'll probably do this one maybe tomorrow. We might get to it tomorrow if I have time, but there's a chance I probably won't have time. But yeah, either you'll probably do it tomorrow, or maybe we'll do it. We might do it Wednesday as well. But yeah, we'll get to this one sometime before the end of the week. That's all I can say about this one. And then yeah, like I said, Sullivan's Travels maybe next weekend. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's it. That's it for me. So thanks for watching. Oh God, moral. Don't be a peasant. No, don't be a peasant. That's not a good one. Don't steal. Don't be a shitworm. That was seriously one of the translated words in the opening scene with the two peasants. He called them a shitworm. And I was like, okay, that's a new one on me. And then later he calls him a shithead at the end, and I'm like, whoa, hey, back off there, kids. You know, kids are watching, or maybe they aren't. They probably aren't. So yeah, don't be a shitworm. That's the moral for this movie. And we will see you hopefully very, very soon for Diary of a Chambermaid. Not a lot of supplements on this one, so the film's not that long. So hopefully we'll get to it soon. Anyway, until then, goodbye.